Okay, so this is the final part to our little rebuild series on this little homemade water-cooled Villiers engine. And yeah, so the engine's finished. All the trolleys are made, the skid is made, the frame for the water tank, everything's done and dusted. So yeah, it's turned out pretty nice. I'm pretty pleased with it, to be fair. It's been a little bit of work, but not too much. The engine was quite mechanically alright. Yeah, didn't need much work internally at all. Yeah, the time has been spent in the trolley, the frames, and the mounting for the water tank, and fuel lines and water lines, and yeah, hopefully everything will be okay. The water jacket seemed to test watertight when we had it in the house. We'll have to wait and see what it's like under vibration, whether that brings out any leaks, but it should be fine. There was no evidence that it was leaking before. In fact, the only place I can see a tiny little weep ever coming from will be just around this top soldering joint here on here, but that should be okay. It doesn't look like it's been leaking out of there, it just looks like it's started to crack under stress, because both engines originally were piped together when they were mounted on the both stands, so between them these two sections would rattle like crazy, I would imagine. So that's probably what caused the other one's water outlet to break off and for that one to start going that way. But yeah, the trolley's all made, everything looks good. We've used a couple of bits and pieces. We used quite a lot from the original design. It's obviously its original water tank and original fuel tank. That's nice. Some brass. It is a pretty nice looking tank. We've used the same mounting straps and everything. So originally that water tank would have cooled both engines, so whether it's going to be a little too big for just the one, but eventually I suppose we could aim to possibly have the other engine coming off this way and on this side. I'm probably not going to mount them both together. I did think at one stage of making a twin cylinder engine out of them, but they actually cleaned up far too nice to be butchering them about. So I'm going to leave them as two separate engines, I think, for now, and go from there. But a couple of other original things that we've used off the old trolley. The old trolley had this box forming part of the stand for the water tank, so we've actually cleaned that off and varnished it. It's come up pretty nice. I did this little handle, put all the fixings back on. It's actually got a little bit of history to it as well. It's an Air Ministry box. It has a reference number on it for a distributor. Originally would have come off of a Spitfire or maybe even a Lancaster bomber as a bomb timer. So yeah, it's like a little bit different. So yeah, there's a little bit of history there and a few bits and pieces that have been used that we've managed to keep. But yeah, engine wise, all the framework's sturdy. I don't think it's going to move about. I've put the little eyelets on there to peg it down to the ground if it's needed, but I don't think it's going to move. It should be alright. So yeah, the only thing left to do now is fill it with water, and then we'll see if it'll go. We've mounted the other flywheel on. We haven't cleaned that flywheel up yet. I'm just going to see what it runs like and if it's going to make any difference to the running of having twin flywheels on it. It should run a little bit slower, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, we'll hopefully start it up in the next video.